culture.
Mind your culture.
in
My
your
culture.
mind.
Culture in
Culture and mind.
This is the podcast for the culture.
Hi, and welcome to another Mind Culture podcast. Today we are in wonderful Carcassonne in the south of France. It's a beautiful medieval city, and we happen to be here with our organization because of the Viral Visions Erasmus Plus transnational meeting. And today I'm joined by wonderful Thierry Gourmelen from La Galerie Choreographique, as well as Jacqueline Fischer, who's going to help me translate. We're going to talk about the wonderful projects of Thierry in France, in Carcassonne, as well as in Benin. We are going to talk about democracy in dance and how you influence local communities and why is it important. This podcast is possible thanks to Erasmus Plus Viral Visions Network. So let's begin. Thierry, you are a person of many interests and many different points of view. Why did you choose dance? Why did you choose to work with in the field of dance? And what is interesting for you in the field of dance? Because a lot of people that work in the management of dance, they are they usually studied dance, they dance themselves, they've been a choreographers. Like, why do you choose dance?
The question is quite difficult, but I don't know. Just like I manage the project of my organization here in France. I was on the board at the beginning of the 80s in France, in Paris, and the board of my life. And I was interested in dance, so I practiced dance, classical dance at first, modern jazz, and contemporary dance. I have the chance to be in Paris at the moment of the explosion of the contemporary dance in France, the famous new generation of choreographers.
And did it inspire you to be involved in this?
I think that I am a dancer.
Okay.
You have black hair, or you have, and some people are more dancer or more singer or more, and I think that I am a dancer, definitively, because in my memory of my children life, I don't know how to say, but yes, the dance was one of my favorite language in my family area with friends, or and so, but not in an idea to go in this sector of professional sector, So this is the both of my life make me be in Paris at this time as a counter, and so I follow the river.
And the river take you to Carcassonne.
Yeah, after a long trip.
You have an organization here, the Galerie Choreographique. What is the function of your organization, and what kind of work do you do here? Like, what is so special about La Galerie?
The function of La Galerie Choreographique here, specifically here, is to bring artists, professional artists in dance or in living art, contemporary living art, artists who are created, artists who have good or high level. This is the ambitious of that, to make the connection between the choreographies, the public, and the artist and the public. Yeah. Why this function? Because here we are in a small city without history with contemporary art. To be quick, it's a question of politics.
And you're bringing the contemporary dance to this city.
We don't bring it. There is a small history of the contemporary dance here. There are some people who made something, but in the dans la brume,
in the haze. It is a city, the dance is still in the haze.
so in fact, no events, no residency with artists coming from abroad or from higher.
I actually heard that you also work with like architects and with like city planners, and you expand the culture to the other communities. Could you tell me a little bit more about this, like the kind of work that you do with communities?
My goal is to reach people who do not have idea about our work. As an independent producer and mediator and producer, maybe, I think that it's okay to have this function.
Yes.
Because yes, I could dream at an international event for the dance sector, so on and so on. So I dreamed, of course. But the reality is not this. So, and then if I have to think to a specific audience, why I do this work, mediator and producer, for me, it makes sense to go to the people who have no knowledge about the dance sector.
Yeah, like this you
Dance history, dance culture, etc.
you make it more popular. You make the dance more popular because of that.
More popular, I don't know, because you know we are like activists and I don't know. You know, we work with a very small community locally.
Yes.
Locally, we do not change the world, but we try to connect with people, concrete people, and younger, and family, and so on. And the challenge here, in the context where we are, politically speaking, it's important to focus to this kind of audience.
And how do you do that? Because this is something that a lot of contemporary dance producers and also contemporary dance choreographers, they want to do that, but maybe they have no tools to do that. I'm wondering what if you have some special tools or special methods how you do that, or you just go and do it.
There are no specific tools. There are spirit first. What is the main act we can do? And for me, it's to present choreography.
Yes.
You know, creations. And then this is for me the beginning. Yes. After we can invent and we do workshops, we do creations with children or with adults. We made some project with adults as well. But the first thing, because also it's this is in a sense, my small history in art, because I come from a family environment, not at all interested in art. And then, so I didn't have an education. So, and my first aesthetic shock, that's work, was I had maybe 14 or 15, I don't remember, and looking in a book, I don't remember which one, I saw painting of Max Ernst. Yes. And that made me change my, I don't, that not change, but make me open to another word, you know, surrealism, etc., etc. Afterward, I went to the cinema. So I make my own culture, but I know that this point, the aesthetic shock, is for me the thing I hope for all of us, you know, because I know that it can change your life.
Yes, 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 yes.
And you can have many
So it's like little
aesthetic shocks. It's not only, there are a lot of possibilities to have that.
So it's like a little revolution.
Sorry?
Little personal revolution.
Yes, a little bit, but from in my mind, it's more than un déplacement.
A shift.
A shift. Something, your point of view move.
So you try to create those shifts for other people now.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Tell me about your work on the broader aspect, more international aspect. I know that you have also a history and a current project in Africa. And I'm wondering, like, what brings you to this specific country? And can you tell me a little bit more how this work? How do you work there? Why do you work there? And how do you connect it to Carcassonne?
I did a first project in Benin maybe 15 years ago. Yeah.
Why?
15 years ago. It was a European project during 2 years. So we were partner of this project, and then I had the occasion to go souvent.
Often.
To Cotonou, the capital economic of Benin. This travel on my boat. No, it's a joke. But this travel and this work I did there make me personally a reconnection with Africa, because I have a big history with Africa, personally. And I lived 1 year in Niger, and my parents, grandparents. So I am educated in this story with colonization, so on and so on. So this to reconnect with West Africa through this project and some touring we did at this period of time in Burkina Faso, in Cameroon, I don't remember where. No, that's it. And due to the fact that I am maybe a founder in a sense. For the rest of my life, it's very personally and very egocentric, but for the rest of my life, I'd like to do a project there.
And what do you do exactly there? Could you tell me? What kind of activities?
We have an activity of formation workshop, school,
Education.
dance education,
Dance
thanks.
education. Huh?
Dance education for community of dancers coming from traditional group, and for a community of young children from the quartier,
From the neighborhood.
thanks, where we are based. And we are based in Ouida. Ouida is a small city in Benin on the seaside. And it's an historic place due to the fact it was one of the main port during 400 years, like Bob Marley sing. The slave history was very active with a lot of things. And this is also the place where born the Vodou, the religion Vodou. It is a religion officially. And so it's an intense place. And this is where our association, Boyi Boa, is based.
Oh, that's wonderful. I didn't know any of that.
It's a process. It's a process, and we try to be in the philosophy of the exchange of best practices.
Yes.
And because it's not easy to be a white guy or woman in Africa. It's a challenge. It's not easy. Some things are very difficult to understand and because we have a big history, and because there are a lot of
Fractures.
socially, economically, etc., etc. But the real story is maybe more than all of that. But anyway, about the question how to transmit to people who are so far our history, not our history, our culture, artistically speaking, it's delicate. And what I know, that the academic process doesn't work. Or if it's work, it's a new colonization by the savoir, the knowledge. The knowledge on the top over the other culture, over the other knowledge. And I can't imagine that the dance belongs to the Occidental people, culture. The dance exists in Africa.
Yes, of
we
course.
know that.
Yeah,
We know that. So we try to be honest. We are not African people making the traditional dance. We are not able to do that. We are able to do that. We are able to do other things. So how we dialogue, So it's delicate. It's delicate because the context, politic context, economic context, doesn't help us.
Yeah.
Don't help us. Sorry for the.
But you still you're trying to do something good.
Sorry?
You're trying to do something good. So the exchange of practices, I think
No.
it's a very. So it's almost a little bit sad that the context doesn't help.
It's a dialogue, and all the dialogue, sometimes we have to be strong, because some our knowledge are strong as well. You know, it's not a question of charity.
Of course, it shouldn't be. Of course. Great. That brings me to another topic that I would like to ask you, about, because now we have a lot of strikes in France, which the workers want to have better conditions, and they unite, and they fight for their rights. I'm wondering about the role of democracy in the context of culture, and do you think there is democracy? How does democracy work in culture? In dance, how do we bring it in, or should we fight for it, or what is your point of view on this topic?
What I'm thinking now, today, was not the same was when I was 20. The name, the noun, democracy, it's quite a non-question for me now. Because where is the democracy? Where is the democracy? Could you tell me which government is in the spirit of democracy? So the strike you are talking about, it's about the new rule for the retirement. So 1 million or 2 million people in the street 1 week ago against this rule, and the government and the parliament and the vote the rule. No connection. The president refused to welcome the syndicat, yes. He refused after a manifestation in the street, more than 2 million people. You know, so we see in different countries. In Austria, your country, it's not so clear, the democracy, I think. But I'm not an expert. But in my own life and in our sector, I see that the democracy is not clearly in function. You know?
Yes.
There are too much rule here in France now with Macron, which are votes with the famous 19.1.3 decree, or I don't know, name. So without the majority, the government can write new rules, and maybe we from September 4 or 5 rules like that are
instituted
in our not constitution, but the rules. You know, so the democracy. Okay, but it's where, when.
And how about the democracy and culture, democracy and dance? What do you think?
As I said, we are activists. So we do where we are, and we try to embarquer.
Embark.
No, to invite or to take people with us.
Yes, with us. But we are not a politic organization. We do not have this ambitious. But yeah.
Yes. Now we are here for the Erasmus Plus project. I know you do many of these kind of projects, kind of network projects. I'm wondering, for an organization like yours, what's the role of this kind of international networks?
The role is to build by ourselves the future for our sector. Yes. So it's a big chantier. Sorry.
Task, a big task.
Big task, a big challenge. But yes, definitively, if we agree to be European, it's my opinion, humble opinion, as a citizen. I like the idea. I'm very sad that the British made the Brexit. Yes. For sure, I love the Queen. If we agree of that, we have to make what we can to be part of this building, because we are at the beginning or at the end. We don't know at this time of the story, but you know, it's very new. The European government, or you know, it's very new in the story as a territoire, and I like the idea. After I don't have any idea of the organization of Europe. It's look like a ministère des Affaires compliquées.
The Ministry of Complicated Affairs.
Matters.
But definitively, we have to do together and this is a very good opportunity. I don't know how long we could have a possibility to make project like this. I hope for a long time, but we have to profit of that, because I don't know no best program, but it's a work. We know that now.
Great. Maybe tell me last thing. What should I do in Carcassonne when I visit Carcassonne? What should I see? What should I eat? What should I drink?
The cassoulet, and that's it.
That's it, just the cassoulet.
To eat, yes. There are not so many specialty here.
Okay. And
No,
to drink?
it's not. And to drink all the wine we have here. I'm sorry to laugh, but I can't imagine how they can sell. There are maybe 100, producers here around Carcassonne. It's incredible.
And what's your favorite?
Sorry?
Do you have some favorite wines here? Because
Because
I know nothing about wine. I mean,
no, I don't
what's
have.
your favorite?
No, to be honest, I don't have a favorite wine. No, I taste a lot. There are so much to taste, and I discover some particularly good. And yesterday night it was La Louvière. La Louvière is a Malpère, and the nature is yeah, for the people who like to more meditative life, spirit of life. It's a good area also around Carcassonne, and Carcassonne as well is a small city, so it's quiet.
Great. Well
Under
done.
the sun of
Yes,
the
if
Midi.
there is a sun, if there is a sun.
Carcassonne is clearly le Midi de la France. Le Midi. Mm. Mm. The south of France. Mm. But we are not the Mediterranean climate. Be careful.
All right. Thank you so much for the conversation. And if you like what you hear, please consider subscribing. And if you like Thierry, please check out La Galerie Choreographique.
Et non pas la galerie pornographique.
All right. Thank you.